Let's talk about it. Betrayal. We're gonna talk about betrayal slash overcoming it. You know, that's a great topic that, everyone can add their own perspective. Or what do they feel that betrayal is, and slash overcoming it? Meaning what steps, what direction do you take, to embody moving forward without holding any animosity, any hatred, just knowing that, hey, it'll deal with itself. It'll work itself out. It'll troubleshoot itself, you know. And if we touch on betrayal, which we're gonna touch on first, betrayal come in many facade type ways. Every direction that you can think of. It comes through third parties. It comes through associates that know an associate that knows an associate. You know, and for me, I'm going to use myself as an example. Yeah, I'm going to be the main character in this one. And feel free that to implement anything that comes to mind that you can add on the betrayal of something that happened or occurred to you within your journey. For me, this is betrayal. You know, betrayal is the unexpected. And what I consider the unexpected, I'm expected, I hold myself up to these standards to treat everyone equally. I always give everybody that fair shot of equalness to be treated as a good person. And starting off with a lot of things I condone and don't condone. Why? Because a lot of things that people are condoned to, it leads to betrayal. Number one, gossiping. Number one, being so very, very judgmental. Uh, Having differences with people that don't know how to take that in. Sometimes, you can part ways and still have no type of betrayal. But when you're giving your best all around the board, when you're giving your best, meaning you walking the walk and talking the talk, you're leading by example, you know, you always wishing the best for others, you're always clapping for others. You're just doing what a real associate, friend, or bystander will do for somebody that's just a good person. Or you can say a friend or a family. It can be anything. Family, a mother, a sister, a cousin. It can be anything, an aunt, an uncle. You know, it's a different feeling when you genuinely showing good courtesy from the heart. You know, you're giving pure, honest loyalty to them. You're not stepping outside no box to ever disrespect them. Don't gossip about them. That's one of my big pet peeves. I don't. Let me tell you something, and that's to both parties. Both sex, male and female. Gossiping is that you know in the terminology where they say that's whole shit. But I'm gonna tell you, gossiping ain't nothing. All you doing is just putting yourself into a box of hearsay, she say, he say, things that don't even concern of your nature. Like what do people get out of it? I don't know. But back to the part of when you're being honest and caring and straightforward with your energy and love that you give out, it's it's sad to know that the extent people will go to play in your face, not only play in your face, but to actually think that number one, they're gonna get away with it. Number one, number two, that you don't have the discernment or intuition to know what's going on. And like I said, I'm gonna use myself for example. Sometimes I don't. It's not a trick, and this is not something. It's a gift for me. And I'm gonna tell you why it's a gift for me that the Most High blessed me with this here. So, and it is what it is. But I would let a person go so far as to reveal their true self to me, no matter, no matter if I hold them up to this standard of respect that I give them, the love that I show them, the good gratitude. I let a person cross certain boundaries because with my intellectual, some people think, oh no, no, I'm not. I don't attend it Christian churches. I don't attend it the Catholic Church. I don't. I'm open. I'm open to churches. I'm open to all that. Okay. Whatever. But like I was saying though, and when it comes to betrayal, like I was saying, how some people they'll play, they'll literally play in your face like you ain't got no discernment or intuition. So let me give you a perfect example of why I say that. I personally, I'm not no goofball. I let a person go so far as to cross the lines of no return. When I say meaning cross the line of no return, meaning I play a fool to catch a fool. Yeah. And it's not because I'm a fool. It's just I want to make a clear conscience that I know that what you're doing it with a clear conscience. So I let you overstep the boundaries so far to where you cannot backpedal. And to me, that's my safeguard of knowing before I make the decision, my clear conscience of not dealing with individuals for betrayal. That's how I analyze you by letting you cross those boundaries so there can be no saying as, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. Oh, it was just a joke. It just baffled me to think that some people think they're so smart, you know, other techniques and the things that they do. But to be honest, when you're looking to betray a good-hearted person, it don't last but so long. You got to keep a mask up because that facade of, oh, I fuck with you in your face, but behind your back, you slandering people, you're degrading people, you just running your mouth like a little hoe. You talking, you having unnecessary chatter. You running your chatterbox, and what's so sad is you got people out here that don't really have time for that. Like I could go through a whole day of laying down, and I give two ifs about what's going on outside of the world. Honest with you, yeah. And it's sad that you'll have male and females that they just run their chatterbox, like for real. Like, how can you put in time of, you know, betraying someone behind their back, but still thinking you gonna come around them or even get mad when they don't want to fuck with you, or if they do pull back away from you. Like, make it make sense. Yeah, make it make sense. And the whole topic is about betrayal and overcoming it. And the best way to overcome those type of individuals is to just pull back. Ain't no listen, don't defend it. Don't even try to figure out who's saying and what's saying it. Nah, let the Most High, He'll align everything up. Remember, a lie can never outrun the truth. So, in the long run, it'll handle itself. And you overcoming it by find something that you can put your energy into. It don't matter if it's working or not, taking a ride, you know, jumping on the bus, jumping on the Uber, just going somewhere to clear your mind. You know what I'm saying? Just finding somewhere to put your energy into something positive than to dwell on what he's saying or what she's saying or what this group's saying or what that person's saying. Fuck what they saying. Straight up. Fuck what they saying. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because when they don't get the reaction, all they continue to do is talk amongst each other. What do you want? That's their group. That's their group talk. Let them have it. You know. And I'm telling you the truth. At the end of the day, the ears that they whisper into, they gonna eventually get tired of it. Get tired of hearing the same shit, same shit. When that party don't have nothing to say. Matter of fact, it's even more crazy when you don't even know what's being said out there. He said, "Yeah, I believe in Jesus. Of course, I believe in the Most High. I do believe in the Creator. Yeah, and you give it all to Him. The main subject is you don't dwell on it. You don't put your energy into it. You just give it all. You just give it all to the Most High. Because at the end of the day, He goes before you and He fights His battles. He fights His battle. He fights the battles for you. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the energy you put out there in the universe, it returns back. It always returns back. So to people that is quick to why this, why that, don't even worry about why this, why that. Let them do what they do. Let them do what they do. At the end of the day, more power to them. More power to them. The more focus you put on what you want to do or what you're going to do, because can't nobody stop you from doing what you want to do. You know, you don't got to partake in the chit chat and the chatterbox and all that. Me, I don't even, to be honest with you, I can't even give my energy to some conversation. You ever heard some conversations and you like, man, I don't even indulge in that type of, yeah, I'm that type of person. Some conversation, I don't even have the energy to indulge in it. Yes, he does. And I like that. What you just said is accurate. And I agree with you. You give it all to him, he will. He will balance the justice of scales. That he will. That's a great saying what you just said. And I agree with you 100%. And that is Angie, yes. Yeah. I believe he exposes the truth and gives me justice every day. That's the truth, of course. Of course he will. He would defend his children. He will. And that I agree with you on that one when you say that there. So, but it's just the shame of knowing that people can convert, can come together and these like come together like minions and to conversate of someone. And what's so sad is when you don't even know this is going on. Like like I said, let me use me for example. I got a call probably like 2 weeks ago. A friend, you know, I've been knowing him now since I was young. He called me and he seen me on Facebook, so he called me over to Facebook, whatever. So I sent him my number. He called me, and I was working at that time. And I get on the phone. He's like, "What's up, man? Everything okay?" Blah, 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 blah. So he started to lean towards, man. Listen, man, they was So what I did was I immediately stopped them. You know, because first of all, if we playing, if you my dog, you my homegirl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If we associates, however. Let's keep it direct. Let's catch up on each other. Fuck the hearsay and she said, he said, and that's where it went. And I was like, listen, let me, I told him straight up as a homie, listen, man, if you call me, this is what we're gonna talk about. I don't care what they have to say. I don't give a fuck. I'm one of them there. When you get me so far out there like that, there, I just, when you act like you can't understand in proper terms, I just tell you straight up, I don't give a fuck. I don't. I'm not a person that put energy into what he say, she say, blah blah. Because at the end of the day, when things occur out there, I be glad that I never been a person that adapted to gossiping. Because when anything happens, they ain't got to worry about asking, hey, such and such. No, I don't know. So we gonna retract that, and I don't know. Because why? Because I don't be around and I don't indulge in that type of activity. So you was right about that, and I love that. So I had to stop him and let him know, like, let's just talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna catch up, how you been doing? How life going for you? What's good, bro? How your mom doing? Da, 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 and so forth, and that's it. You know, I don't care about what else, anything else. It don't matter. Cause you know what's even more sadder? The same ones that's doing it, like I say, they'll come and play in your face. Oh, what's up? They'll see you. You know what's so sad? They'll see you. They'll see you out and about. Then to steer themselves away and give. I would rather a person steer themselves away from me, letting me know, oh, I don't fuck with you, because I pick up on all type of energies anyway. I'm gonna scan you anyway, and da da da. And it is what it is. If we don't talk, we don't talk. There's nothing to be mad about, you know. But moving forward with it, you give it to the Most High, and guess what? He will find justice for you. You know, He will balance the scale of justice in your favor every time. You know, and it might not seem in time, but He's always on time. I always remember that, yeah, man. But yeah, so I just want to be able to advise other people. Like ain't no, there should be no worry about who they telling, what they telling. Nah, because if they not stopping where you going, what you becoming, what you invest in your time, it's not taking away from your energy, and they not calling no shots in your life, guess what? Continue on. Yeah, continue on. I'm sipping on me some tea. Mm. So, with that being said, what you said? Yeah, they can't stop. Yeah, they can't stop shit, Angie. They can't. They can't stop nothing. And I'm glad. I'm glad to see that you're joining in on the talk. But what's sad, Angie, is the fact of the father say, pluck that eye before you pluck another. Even though, with that being said, you got to watch who you put your tongue on. On God's children, was His anointed ones. You got to stop putting your mouth on others. I ain't never understand what people get out of that though. Like there got to be more in life than just that. I can sit right here on the bed all day, write in my journal, do this, do that. I'm talking about just everything that comes, even my dreams, even things that come to thought. I write. I find somewhere to put my energy towards something positive. Not no talking about nobody. Nah, that ain't going. Nah, it ain't gonna serve no purpose. That's a waste of energy. Yeah, that's a waste of energy. And I'm thankful, Angie, for you joining the conversation. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I have to. I gotta watch what I let, and it's the truth, because at the end of the day, some people say, "Oh, you wrong for this and that." How am I wrong? Let me tell you. Sometimes to make a clear conscious decision, Angie, you must let a person show you their true self. You must let a person let their mask slip. Because you know why? Because you don't want to backtrack. You don't want to bobble. You don't want to wrestle with your brain like, damn, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Is they really doing what they... No. Just let the person walk it through. Let them go ahead and betray you. Because when it's only but so far they cross that line, there's no return. Meaning, I diligently watched you invest all your heart and time into betraying me and crossing these lines, not once, but several times. So I want to make sure that with my clear conscience that I know you was wrong and I need to detach myself from you. It's only the truth. And all you left with is to wrestle with God. That's what you need to, I don't look for no apologies for nothing. I don't make no excuses for nothing. Yeah, because if it was me, let me tell you, if I had that type of pedigree in me, you know what I'm saying, in my bloodline, the way I sit around and this, that, and this, and the third, listen, I would tell you, hey, I'm wrong. I wasn't supposed to say that. No, I wasn't. Because let me tell you, one thing about it, everybody got a resume out here of who you are, who people, like if somebody really wanted to go out there and ask every person you done rub shoulders with, meaning from elementary, middle school, high school, even if you went to college, and they were doing a Q&A, asking questions and getting the answers. Hey, so let me ask you a question about Angie. How is Angie attitude towards others? Or is Angie an outgoing person? Is she very loving? Do she associate well with others? It's so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a resume for everyone out there. So sometimes A person got to diligently know what they're doing when they're doing it. Like make it make sense. Don't just be out here crossing up people like they boo boo the fool, thinking you got all the sense and everything else. No, it don't work like that though. And you know what's so crazy about it, Angie? God work in a mysterious way. In a very mysterious way. The more, let me see. Oh yeah, the more that they look to do wrong, he already has it set up to where, okay, when you do this wrong here, I'm gonna go ahead and expose you when you do this wrong here. They don't ever see it coming. So it's a good thing that sometimes you let a person do what they do, and even if you don't have to address it, the Most High address it, because He'll let the mask slip right there in front of you for you to know that yes, this is what this person is doing. Yeah, this is what this person doing. I had another one that I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about remote and traveling. You can join in on this one too if you want to, Andrew. Remote and traveling. When I speak of remote, meaning like it's a lot of things a person can do remote. Don't get me wrong. And why I speak on that there is there's some careers, you know, occupations and other things that it can be done remotely. That a person can be at home and do A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, it can. And there's nothing wrong with that. They're being remote. They can do interviews being home remote over the phone, whatever, and all those factors. But when I look at travel, for me, it's more of an expansion. I'd rather travel. I'm good in person. I'm good face to face. I'm good with letting the Most High stretch me. And by me being stretched, meaning I'm willing to be here today in Chicago and the next day in New York, and then the next day in Wyoming, and then the next day in Texas, and then the next day. Because why? At the end of the day, I look at travel as a recruiting ground, just like college football when they recruit, when they go out on the trail. And I feel that I could bring in more about a mass by having contact. It could, face to face, speeches. For me, it's a bigger net to cast and to pull in if I'm traveling than being remote. And that's just like within dating or having fun. I love to travel. I love to go different variety of places. Here, there, here. Yeah. But I always felt that I'm more of a traveler than to be remote. Cause it's like I'm keeping myself right here at a bar. But with traveling, it's like I can expand like this. When it comes to traveling, it's like I can go over and beyond. And and I don't take nothing away from remote, because remote has its benefit too. Because you might have some people that might have children and everything else and so forth and so forth. And that's where their comfort zone is, being home and being remote. Me, as being a healer, as being the chosen one, the royalty chosen one, the king, I'd rather be a traveler. Yeah, I love giving speeches. I love interacting with others. I love hearing other people's problems. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just something I was gifted with. I'm able to come down to where you're at, regardless. You know why? 'Cause I done been there. It's the same saying I tell you about a quick riddle. I probably said it before, but it was a man in a hole. The man hadn't fell in the hole, and the man's leg was broke. It was broke. Something was wrong. So he was physically hurt and couldn't get up out the hole. So a woman was passing by, and she heard somebody like, "Oh, help, help!" So the woman, she looked down in the hole. He said, "Hey, what you doing down there?" He said, "Ma'am, only if you could just give me a hand so I could try to pull myself up out of it." She's like, I'm headed to work, but I will call someone to see can they come by." She kept going. All of a sudden, someone else came that was walking by, and he heard, he like, "Hey, sir, sir, sir." And the dude kneeled down. He said, "Man, what you doing down there?" Say, "Sir, I messed around and I fell in the hole if you can just give me a helping hand, sir, so I can get up out of here. He say, oh man, I'm running late for my work, but I'm gonna see if I can have somebody come and help you now. He leaves. Third man come by. Just so happened, he heard some groaning. And he say, man, what you doing down there? He say, man, sir, I just need a little help so I can get out. He say, you just need a little help so you can get out. Okay. He say, yes, sir, man. If you can just give me a hand and I'll pull myself up. He say, no, I'm gonna do something better for you. You know what he said? I'm gonna do something better for you. He say, I done been there before. He say, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get in that hole with you and show you how to get up out the hole. You know what I'm saying? So when I always heard that, that's a person, you know, not holding themselves above a person, meaning you could be here and a person can be here and you can do this. I could come to eye level with you. And that's how I am. With money, without money, with whatever. You know, it has no tangible material things I have to have for me to be able to come down to your level to let you know I can take that same walk of life with you for a week or so or two to show you that there is a way to come up out the stagnation or the downside, the turmoil that you're going through, the problems, whatever. Yeah, we only can work at it day by day. Take it a day at a time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So I consider myself a great traveler. That's what I want to do with myself. I just want to travel. No limits, no nothing. Send me wherever. I'm coming. Set a date. I'm there. Let's talk about it. What's wrong? What's going on? Yeah. And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, especially when you can let somebody get it off their chest. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing about traveling. It's not just over the phone type. No, it's face to face, where you can assess a person's demeanor, you know, their feelings, you know, their character, you know. So where you can identify different things. You can look at them and say, I know you hurt, and listen, man, I done been there. I done been hurt. I done been let down. Yeah, I done been betrayed. I done been backstabbed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we can have an understanding that you're not taking this walk of life by yourself. I done been there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to walk you to the life where there's better days, you know? And with that being said, I just want to always, I want to be a traveler. That's just me, you know? And that was another topic of mine, remote/travel. I don't want to be remote. That's my opinion. Why I think it boxes you in, you know, being one place, you know, and when you can gain multiple different aspects of life with traveling. You know, just getting the message across face to face. You know, just having your energy presence in front of this person to be like, wow, you know, that person is radiant. That person is real. You know what I'm saying? That person is caring. You know what I'm saying? That person is a beacon of light. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I always want to talk about that remote/travel. And I find it very, very interesting and a great tool for me, which the Most High, you know, he's lining things up, you know, and it's coming. It's coming, you know, quick to see you, near you, soon. Yeah. But besides that, man, it was glad to just chit chat with y'all, you know, just to have these different opinion of topics. And thank you very much, Angie, for joining. You know, hopefully we get more participants to join in and let's talk about it. That's all, you know, let's talk about it. Y'all make sure y'all be safe and have a great one.